I know. We got to talk about blocking people. We got to talk about it. We talk about luxury. We need to talk about this. Welcome to the Save the Good Girl podcast, everybody. My name is Erica E. And if you don't know me, welcome to your first luxury listening experience. Here's the thing, though. I want to get to know you. So please go to savethegoodgirl.com and subscribe to the website. You will receive beautiful newsletters from me. And we got to be sociable. I'm a pretty social person. So I do want to connect with you on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and Pinterest, as well as TikTok is coming very soon. So please connect with me there. I want to hear your thoughts and I want to see your beautiful faces. Like, you guys are just all amazing and I know y'all smell good, okay? You are listening to the SOE edition of the Save the Good Girl podcast, and what that stands for is Shot of Erica. And what does that mean? You're like, Shot of Erica, like for what? Well, you need it. Here's the reason why. Because just like your shot of green juice, tequila, or espresso, it gets you exactly where you need to be in a short period of time. I do the same, but for your mind. These episodes are no more than 20 minutes, so it's a perfect pick-me-up, a perfect word real quick while you're on your break, you're on the road, you're in your car, you're on the train, you're on the bus, you're at home, whatever you're doing. It's the perfect pick-me-up while you're getting yourself together. So y'all, I wanted to talk about blocking people. Here's the thing. Here's how I feel. And then we can really talk, right? In the essence of being in a space where luxury living is my internal mission statement. I deserve a luxurious life is a mantra that I am living by. I want luxurious experiences with luxurious people. I want to have everything quality that is in my life. I don't care. And it doesn't have to do about money. There's no monetary value for this. It's more so about the quality. So if you're new, I talk about luxury living in terms of a quality of life, right? So a handcrafted, quality-driven, great materials, exclusivity, one of a kind, the time and the effort and the craftsmanship to create a wonderful product, aka our life. So in order to have that, there's going to be some changes that occurs. There's going to be some transitions that occurs. There's going to be some disagreements or not. It could just be growing apart from certain people. We're going to go through that. And as we are growing through that and going through that, we got to make certain decisions on whether or not we want to include these people in our lives. I do believe that you can love somebody from afar. The hard part, I think when you argue with someone, right, it's very easy to erase them from your life because something happened and you're like, I'm done. It's very difficult when someone hasn't done anything egregious, but you're not in the same space and y'all don't really rock with each other like that anymore. Like, it's not the same, no hard feelings. It's not like if I see you, I can't say hi or see how you're doing or ask how the kids are doing and stuff like that. Like, we can do the small talk, right? But we don't really rock like that. I don't really talk to you like that. We're not aligned. We don't click. We don't hang out. We don't talk on the phone. Like, if I go through a problem, I'm not calling you. We're not even cordial in a way that I talk to you like every 3 months. I don't know about y'all, but I do have certain friendships where we don't talk often, but when we do, it's like we never skipped a beat. It's like nothing happened. It's like, tell me what happened from January until, August, and I'm meeting them in September, right? So I do have friendships that are like that. I do have friendships that are a bit more consistent. We talk every day or at least every week because, we're adults now, so it's hard to talk to people every day. That's why I love voice notes so much, y'all. I love me a voice note because you can respond whenever you want. So I love voice notes, and it just makes it feel like it's every day, even though it's not. So I can send a voice note Monday and the person can respond on Friday, then I respond again on Monday. Like, it's perfect. I love it. It's just the idea. I can hear your voice. I can talk to you. So I do have different levels of friendships with people. But something that I wanted to talk about was, okay, why do you need to see what I'm doing? Why do you need to see what I'm doing? I do not care about what you're doing. Why do you have to see what I'm doing? Or if we used to date and we don't date anymore, like, it's done. I actually had a conversation with a friend and I was telling her, listen, when a man has the opportunity to have an in, he's going to have an in. I have had the same number since I was 18 years old. So that means anybody in my past from 18 and now could contact me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. For what? What is the point? What is the purpose? And people always want to contact you when you're at your most peaceful state. It's like they have a signal in the air. Cuckoo, cuckoo. She's peaceful. She's healing. Let's bother her. Excuse me? No. We don't need that. So I am for blocking. Absolutely. And, with celebrities, right? You think about it. Celebrities block a lot of people all the time because people are miserable. They have nothing going on but to sit here and just be negative to people all day long. Like, these trolls, they are at it for hours. So for the peace of mind, celebrities block people. I agree with that. I, for one, you know how there's some people who are like, they don't block anybody because they want them to see them do well. Right? They have this thing where it's like, look at me. Look, she's looking at this, she's looking at that, she's looking at. I've never been that. I don't really want you to see anything. I want to be a mystery to you, right? Especially if I know that you don't really rock with me. I'm definitely blocking you, for sure. You don't talk to me, you have a problem with me. I don't know why. So therefore, why do you need to know what I'm doing? When you guys follow Save the Good Girl on social media, you will see my stories are pretty active. I go out, and whenever I do go out and I have a great time, or I see something beautiful, or there's art that I see, or if I'm doing a fun activity with my friends, or I'm walking in a park, or I'm getting a coffee, I post that on my stories. I also do very colorful reels. I do lives. I have to do another live very soon, but I do lives, and it's a pretty active page. So I don't care that it's open to the public. I don't want you to see it. I don't want you to see it. So recently I started posting like on WhatsApp with the status. I hid like 73 people. Like, you don't need to see what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. I just never been that person that has this like, look at me, I'm doing well, and I want you to know. The people that are in my corner is who I want to know that I'm doing well. I could care less about somebody who is no longer in my life, and probably for good reason. Because God and He loves His child, He loves His daughter. And I do have people who are intentional with me, who make the time, and I make the time, right? Like, I'm not really here for the bullshit with people at this point in my life. I'm just not here for it. I think as adults, we know our schedules to the best of our ability. And I think that you should have an idea of what's going to work for you and what's not. Meaning, you want to get drinks on Friday? Let's get drinks on Friday. Friday doesn't work. All I require is for you to communicate with me and tell me it doesn't work, right? So, if this consistently happens, I get to a point where I'm just like, all right, girl, like, let's just, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it gets a little annoying. So I like to surround myself with people who nourish me, right? Who nourish me, who prioritizes me. These are the people that, I want to be around. I want to have luxury all over my life. And luxurious people are very important to me because they add to my mindset. They enrich what I'm thinking. They add to the physical part of who I am, right? So it's important for me to spend time with my cousins and my family members, my brother, my sister, my friends. These things are very important to me. However, if we no longer are in that space, and I guess it depends, because I'll say, right, this is not for everybody. Like, I'm not on a blocking spree. I just think that when I know for sure that you ain't rocking with me, I don't want you to see what I'm doing. You are irrelevant to me. You don't I don't want to, because then if I see you looking, and I'm going to get annoyed. And you also have to get to a place where you know yourself. Then you have to ask yourself, why are you allowing this to happen in the first place? Right? If you know that you have a guy who, checks in with you periodically, and whatever he does, he's always sending something raunchy, right? And you know that irritates you. Why isn't he blocked? Like, I'm that friend. I'm like, girl, block him. The minute that is, girl, block him. If you don't see a future with him, if you don't want to be with him, if you don't see anything going on, if he's frustrating you, if he's sending you raunchy messages that are disrespectful and you're not happy and you don't like it, why does he still have access to you? Why do you still give him the privilege to let a message go through your phone? Everything that I do is luxurious. My phone is luxury. Okay? First of all, I prayed on my phone. I got a new phone this year, and I prayed on my phone before I got it because I knew that I was going to do reels and work on my podcast and my ideas, and all of these things were going to be jotted on this phone. And I told God to bless this phone, to guide this phone. You think I'm going to be praying for somebody that needs to be blocked? Listen, I ain't got no problems with nobody, but people are weird, and I don't need you to see nothing. For what? What's the purpose? Why? I don't think I've ever had that in my system where it's like, I want you to see, like, at the end of the day, right? As human beings, we have needs. And the needs are to be validated, seen, and heard. Okay? I went to the park with my friend and her son. And these two beautiful kids, like, the uncle was in a car. I don't know what he was doing. He was not interacting with the kids. He just dropped them off at the park, right? So then the kid he spun down the swing. And he was like, look what I did, whatever. And I was like, wow. Then the little girl was like, look at me. And I was like, wow. And you could just see the joy and excitement. Like, they stuck to me like glue. My friend was like, you're my friend. I was like, girl, we ain't having no beef on no playground. But I was with the kids, and I'm just seeing like, yo, we just want to be validated. Because the uncle wasn't there to see how they were jumping from one thing to the next and how high they could swing and all of that. The uncle wasn't there for that. So we do have needs, right? You do want to be seen. You do want to be validated, and you do want to be heard. This is for every single human being on earth. I don't care what kind of person you are, what sign you are, what personality trait. I'm an introvert, I'm an ambivert, I'm an extrovert. I don't care what it is. Everybody wants to be validated. It's okay. However, I don't care to be validated for people who are no longer serving me anymore, right? It doesn't make sense. I am developing, I am growing, I am, working on my podcast. I'm working on my brand. I'm having other things that I'm working on. I'm trying to do so many different things in my life. I'm trying to change so many things in my life. I'm still grieving, so I'm still working through that. I need to write in my journal. I have to communicate with people. There's a lot of people in my life that I need to see. I got things to do. If you think for 1 second that I'm going to sit here and be like, because I want this person to see me, absolutely not. We are no longer speaking, and maybe it didn't really end in the nicest way. You won't have access to me. You won't. And in some parts, right? Sometimes it could be not that deep, but I don't care. I don't want you calling my phone. I don't want you calling my phone. I don't want you to have access. I don't want you to be a part of my life. I don't want to see it, right? I only want to attract luxurious people around me. And that I do have control over. I control who I want to block. And when I say block, right? Yes, it could be on social media. Yes, it could be on your phone. I'm just saying, like, your whole energy. My whole energy doesn't like it. My whole energy. And to be quite honest with you, I know, like, we're getting older, but truthfully speaking, I've been like this since I was like in high school. Really. No. And now it's gotten worse because I'm getting older and my energy is like, no. And here's what I mean by that too. There's certain people that, you're not blocked at all, right? Like, we're still cordial. I will grant people cordiality. I will be respectful and I have manners. Unless you do something egregious where I'm like, I'm good. Other than that, I'll be respectful and I'll have manners, right? But it doesn't mean you're going to get any details. It doesn't mean like, I guess like my effort level with people has shifted. Before, I used to be very universal. If I called you a friend, if we're family, I'm riding, right? And I still ride. I still ride. However, not everybody gets the same ride. You know what I mean? Not everybody gets the same ride. You might have to be dropped off after a block. All right? And with all the things that I would like to do, this is just one thing I don't want to think about or worry about. I don't want to have to worry about, whether or not you want to do this or do that or do this. I am a very intentional person. I will pull out my calendar, I will make plans, and I will accommodate my schedule for people. But guess what? When you do not accommodate yourself for me, that's okay. I'm not even mad, right? It's just more so like it allows me to understand how to treat you. Because instead of me being frustrated, I have to make a decision on what I want to do. You can stay the same. This has nothing to do with the other person. I wish I knew that when I was younger. It has nothing to do with the other person. And it may not even be personal towards you. I think people just have to figure themselves out. But while you're trying to figure it out, I'm going to move on to something else. And the longer it takes for you to get it together, the longer it might take for us to get connected. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm not God, right? But in the meantime, I will nourish those who are nourishing me. I want to live a luxurious life, and living a life of luxury is not being frustrated. I don't want to be annoyed, and I don't want to be frustrated if you're in my life. If you make me feel this way, I have to edit how you show up for me. I do have control over that. And then I have to edit how I feel, because your behavior should not affect me that much. But I've realized that I do get affected. I get upset, I get annoyed, I get frustrated, I'm pissed, I'm angry, I'm all these things, right? Because I'm a very passionate person. When I care about somebody, I care about you all the way. I don't want to change that quality trait about me. This is how God created me. This is how I'm going to be. However, I realize that I do have to change my expectations about people. And that's how I move now. Now I'm like, oh, okay, got it. That's where I'm at. Like, I'm not mad. There's no vindictive motives where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm not in a petty state. No, it's more so like, got it. Okay. All right. So you're gonna be placed here. You're gonna be placed here, because as I'm evolving, I don't have time for all of this shit. I really don't. We don't have time for it. We don't have time. And then it's so funny because people will say one thing to you, then they go through the same thing with other people. And it's like, well, you're treating me the same way. So what are you talking about? Right? But y'all, I want to know, what are your thoughts about blocking people? What are your thoughts on that? Do you block people, or do you feel like it's not that serious? Do you block people with your energy? Because I do that a lot too. I may not block you physically, but energetically, I'm over it. But I also do block on social media. Do you block on social media? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about social media? How do you feel about on your phone? Have you blocked, your past exes, which I agree that you should block your exes, especially when you're in a new relationship that's making you very happy. Block them. TD Jake said that, like, please unfollow me, block me, bye. And if it's too hard, if you can't help yourself, let me help you. Let me help you. But I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts about this, because it came to my mind and I'm like, what does my community think? What do y'all think? Let me know. Go to SaveTheGoodGirl.com. Please go to the contact section and send me a message there, or communicate with me on social media. Share this episode with your friends. Let's talk about it. Let's put this in a group chat. How do we feel about blocking? Do you think it's necessary? So for me, for Erica, today, I think it's necessary. I'm saying today because maybe I could change my mind. But if I'm not really if I know you're not rocking with me, I'm blocking you. If I know you're an ex I used to talk to, I'm blocking you. If you're disrespectful, I'm blocking you. I don't know what your motive is for me to look at my stuff, I'm just stopping access. So I want to hear what you guys think. I really do. And as you can see, I feel pretty strongly about this. So it's like, bye. But I can't wait to talk to y'all next week. Our Shot of Erica episode is coming to an end, but y'all, this topic, yes, put this in the group chat. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.